your resources, how you're activating change, where your senior leadership is on these issues, what your strategic diversity platform is on these issues, and what your diversity infrastructure is on these issues. And because I'm going to cover a lot of information today, I'm not going to go directly into every aspect of that right now. But your strategic diversity platform, in essence, is how you define diversity at your institution. It's the capabilities that you have on campus. Do you have cultural centers? Do you have policies in place? It's those parts of that Adobe. It's your infrastructure. Do you have committees? Do you have dedicated roles? Do you have cultural centers? Do you have gender studies, ethnic studies? And when you manipulate or change any aspect of this DNA, then puts you potentially in a new phase of the discussion. And so I talk about these different phases. So I say some institutions are launching the discussion. Now, how many persons in this room feel like their institution is just launching the discussion? We haven't been really entrenched in it at all. We're just trying to get this discussion going for the first time. By show of hands. A handful of people feel like they're launching the discussion. How many folks feel like they have they've launched the discussion and maybe something's happened? They got a new president, new provost, maybe some students took over a building, maybe a donor gave you $1 million for new scholarships. Something's happened where your institution is in transition to a new reality. Any of those institutions? Maybe over here? Okay. How many of you feel like you're in a phase of fatigue? Your institution is so tired of trying and maybe not being successful on these issues, or not knowing where to start on these issues, that your institution is just tired and you say fatigue. Any fatigue in your institution? One of the challenges I'm dealing with at Wisconsin is fatigue. We just came off our most recent 10-year diversity plan. Before that, we had another 10-year plan. Before that, we had a 5-year plan. We've been under a strategic diversity plan probably concurrently for longer than any institution in the country. My school is tired. They're in fatigue. And each one of these moments that you're in, it takes different things to kind of launch and get that conversation moving yet again. So I talk about, if you're launching the discussion, you got to find a way to generate energy. If you're in a place where your agenda is moving but it's disconnected, you got to build a more cohesive agenda. If you're in transition and you're kind of flowing up and flowing down and to and fro, you got to find a way to crystallize the effort. If you're fatigued, you got to find a way to reinvigorate. And then once you get to this point here, you're trying to reach for inclusive excellence. And as you know, that is a continuous line, so none of us will ever get there. It's all about finding discipline and focus in what you do. Discipline and focus in what you do.